All right, what's up, everybody? You know who it is. It's Mike Annone with Annone Capital. And right now we're in Wilmington, Delaware, in the heart of Little Italy, right in front of the original Fusco's water ice stand. And right now we're going to do a little history about it. We got some people here going to learn some more information about it. And other than that, we got my father, Mike Annone Sr., to come in here to explain us a little more and the background of Fusco's water ice and the history of Wilmington, Delaware.
Hey, Michael. Hey, man, thank you so much, and congratulations on your new company, Annone Capital, after a beautiful, successful professional baseball career in Indy ball, buddy. And we're here today on this fine Saturday morning to talk about our first podcast, a joint adventure, Delaware Finest, Untold Success Stories, The Deep Dive. And one of the reasons why we want to do this and put this under Annone Capital is because our mantra is building a better community. Now, we're a general service company, paint houses, help people out, renovations, and bringing people together for better living and everything. But we want to do something for the community to talk about successful stories that people started out back in current times, past times, and so forth. So it gives me a great honor and privilege that Joey, now the owner of Fusco's Water Ice, has granted us permission to talk about his business. He'll be here a little later on, and to talk about the history and the roots of Italian water ice here in the heart of Little Italy and in the state of Delaware. So I want to go back over here to this beautiful, beautiful 1974 story that was written, and about all the great folks that made water ice in Little Italy, okay? Now, Mr. Rosario here, I got a great story for him. 44 years ago, I started my railroad career, my journey, being picked up right here. Rosario was right there behind the counter, stirring the water ice and everything. Richard DeSabatino Meats, his nickname was, picked me up. We drove up to Elizabeth, New Jersey, and reported in a little yard called Durant Yard, Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'm here today, 44 years later, just returned from Elizabeth, New Jersey on a little part-time job gig I have, and we're talking this Saturday about these wonderful people. Now, Joey all the time talks about the history of the water ice. And this article right here, and all these great men and their families, talk about my family that lived on Lincoln Street, 603 North Lincoln Street. My grandparents were the original makers of Italian water ice back in the day, and this article says it right here, and they're talking about my grandfather. It says right here, we had located on 7th Street and Lincoln. He died last winter. Exactly right, my grandmother, rest in peace. He was 93 years old and sold water ice for 50 years. His name was Pasquale Annone, my grandfather, and his wife's name was Philomene, my grandmother. And it was a family business, and these folks' parents came over. Rosario's parents came over, Cheech and his wife, the father, mother, I don't know the mother's name, and my grandparents came over on the same ship from Italy. Immigrant families coming in, and they did something. They made something of themselves, because this is America, and everybody has that opportunity, because America is the land of opportunity for everybody. And this is what we want to do in our podcast. We want to expand this knowledge and get doing something because of who you are, not because what happens to you, but you got to make a living. And these folks became entrepreneurs, and now Joey Staffieri is carrying on this great legacy, and is the oldest water ice stand in the state of Delaware. And he has so many great ventures going on, so many great opportunities, and is well received in the community from this water ice. And he's going to tell his story today. He's going to talk about his family, which is a great family, a lot of great people in his family, and the history, and what people made of themselves from nothing, and now they have great lives. They have great lives. They share, they build, they donate, they grow the community, and that is our mantra. That is our statement. We want to build a better community for everybody. And this young man right here with his corporation and moving forward, painting houses, cleaning houses, making sure renovations happen, making sure people have good workers, an opportunity to do work and make money. And this is what we want to do, but we also want to give back, because that's what a part of this community is about, especially in our long history of Wilmington. We want to give back to people to make something of themselves and to understand that, hey, it's okay to pick up a shoe box and go shine shoes. It's okay to go to a car wash and make a car wash. It's okay to get a job and you might sweep a floor. It's okay to start out small. Not everybody starts big. Now, I get everybody's bombarded with stuff and this is the way it should be, but for common folk, for people that we're talking about, it takes years upon years to get to this status. And what a great segue as we're talking. Joey's coming in.
Right here, right here.
Joey!
We got the owner right here. Fusco's Water Ice.
How about you, man?
Unbelievable timing right now.
Great opportunity. Yeah, Joey. Hey, this is the young man right here. When he was 5 years old, he's holding up a sign.
Yeah, sure.
When I was 5 years old, I was coming down spying on the water ice, because my grandfather always said, "Go get some of their water ice. Let's see how they were always competitive. They liked each other, they respect each other, but they had competitiveness, which was so cool." Joey, man,
Families share a lot of history.
A lot of
together,
history,
this background
man.
of this product right here. This
is a great day.
Cool.
Great
cool.
day here.
Speaking of history, take a look. I pulled this one out right here. It's my
this out,
great grandma, Madalena Fusco, and that shop right there is right next door. Is the Hurry Back Luncheonette. That's where they lived right up top there. That was their spot before they opened up this water ice stand.
Fantastic.
And, yeah, it was very cool.
Unbelievable.
And I was just talking about, isn't that something? I was just talking about your grandmother, and I did not know your grandmother's name. And
great-grandmother.
Your great-grandmother. Your
Yep.
great-grandmother.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And that would have been
your great-grandmother.
my great-grandfather, who she was married to right there, married. My great-uncle Rosario is Vincenzo Parisi.
Right. I always got you second in line, right? You're third.
I'm fourth there.
All right, so we're here right now behind the scenes of Fusco's Italian Water Ice, and today we got the owner, Joey Staffieri, right here, going to run us through a little tour, what's going on for the 2024 season, and what's to be upon us. So, Joey, happy to be here, man, and what do we have?
Appreciate you guys. So we're in the middle of gearing up for the 2024 season. We got a lot going on. Of course, this place is still going to go full throttle as it has been for a long time. But so we got things ready, like our barrel here. It's been around since my great grandfather. Same barrel. We got to season that bad boy up. We got our merchandise over here. We did some off-season sales and stuff like that. We got some cool stuff here, like some new mugs, cool things like that, representing Little Italy.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Yeah, so just kind of getting some things ready to see familiar faces. How you doing? Good to see you. Familiar face. Yeah. Not yet. No. You sit here for maybe 15 seconds like we have. We just opened this up. You're gonna get somebody to ask you that.
They start running.
This is
Probably itself.
What's that machine do?
Yeah, he's right. We got the lemon. That's the hand squeezed lemon right there. And then next to that this is what we use for our maraschino cherries. The original imported from Italy. Luxardo, only the finest. Ingredients matter, baby.
So let's dive into what's going on for the summer of 2024, like partnerships or any new locations opening.
Yeah, so we're doing Blue Rocks again. We got a new location opening, brick and mortar, Kirkwood Highway, 3926 Kirkwood Highway. That's very exciting. That's underway right now with the construction and getting things ready. I mean, we're close, man. We're almost in March, and April's going to be here, and then we're going to be swinging the ice.
Absolutely, business is going to be booming.
Yeah, Blue Rocks will be there again, and Big Oyster, we're going to have some of that going on again. That was nice little treat, nice little surprise for a lot of people. We did that shandy, and we might have a couple things up our sleeve over there on that side as well. We'll see.
Oh, we got little surprises, man.
Yeah. And then festivals, man. We got some. We're back St. Anthony Italian Festival.
That's huge.
It's great. Celebrating the centennial year for St. Anthony's, the 50th year of the festival. My great uncle was there for the first year of the festival. We were absent for a long time there, but now we're back, so we're excited about that. New festivals, Philly, Italian Market, South Philly Italian Market, a handful of things. All will be online, Facebook, Instagram, and our website, fuscoswaterice.com. So we got a lot of good stuff happening.
No, that's amazing, Joey. And like you said, you got a lot of things in the works, and business is going to be booming, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a water ice somewhere? What's going on here? You got guys coming all over for a water ice. I even got a hoodie. be here. My man.
Great stuff, man. Great
That's it.
stuff.
Check out the merch. Let's go.
Yep.
Got the merch right here. Are these going to be being sold at the shops as well now?
They sure are. Yeah, we just got this one made too here. That's an old Charlie Messina painting. Good old Charlie, Wilmington finest, baby.
I know, man.
You got my great grandfather, my great uncle Dominic there, and there's my aunt serving behind there, and that's a little center clip bit of that piece. I thought it'd be nice to put on a shirt.
So let's dive into the process. I know you got the family secrets. We might not dive into that.
Yeah.
But what's the main gist of making Italian water ice, and why is it so good?
Everything nowadays is how to do it quicker, cheaper. Everything's always about the shortcuts. I mean, it's just the way it is. That's our society. And people want it quicker, faster. More, we don't do that. You can't. Right. There's a lot of pride in this business, in this history, in this product, a lot of integrity, and there's no shortcuts. There's no compromises. We just do it with the real ingredients, the old-fashioned way, and that's it. So that's really what makes it special. It doesn't take a genius to figure out how to make a good lemonade, but you gotta be willing to put in. You talk about cutting and squeezing thousands of lemons.
Yep.
It's easier to grab a bottle of syrup for people, and that's what they do.
Exactly.
They just
and
won't do it.
A little backdrop of when you try a Fusco's water ice, it is like you've never seen before. Because I've tried multiple kinds, but the slush and just every refreshing taste when you dive into one, it's just unbelievable. You cannot beat it. And that's for me personally. Every weekend we're driving down, we're stopping, and it's a very special product.
Yeah, there's a texture difference to it that you don't find anywhere else. And again, it comes from the quality. There's a product that's used in a lot of ice creams and water ices and a number of things, but stabilizer, Stabilize, it's a stabilizer. You put it in, and it allows it. It prevents that water ice from freezing. If you put it in the freezer, it prevents it from freezing like an ice cube. And if it's out in the heat, it prevents it from melting, immediately. So people use that in their product. Again, we don't use that. We keep it on ice in that barrel. This here is for the other flavors. We keep our other flavors in there, but our lemon is in that old barrel, and it's all on ice, and we scrape it, and we keep it cold, and we do it all by hand. You turn it. And when you get that different texture, you don't need a spoon or a straw. You shake it and squeeze it. That's what you do. Shake and squeeze, baby.
Shake and squeeze. You heard it here first. Now, Joey, are you making the water ice daily fresh in the mornings and selling it?
Yeah.
So everything is just fresh, ready to go daily?
Yep, absolutely. And again, that's the Fusco way, man. That's, you got to get up early. If you got to get up at 3 or 4, if you got to stay until 1 a.m. and squeezing lemons for the next, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's not Fusco's water ice if it's not done that way. And that's why I say all these new things we're doing, these new places we're going, that's all good and great, but it's got to be the quality. It's got to be the same quality. It's not Fusco's water ice if we don't do it that way.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to do it any other way.
So every water ice is handcrafted, everything's ready to go. So that leads me to the next segment. What flavors do you have on the horizon? What flavors are you adding any, or is it just strictly lemon?
It's the lemon as always. That's the king. That's the one. In my opinion, if you get the other flavors, you still haven't really had Fusco's water ice as good as they are, man. The lemon is just something else. But we do the cherry again with this Luxardo and maraschino cherries imported from Italy, and we do a mango. And that mango is made with real. Hi, how you doing? Made with real organic mango, pureed. Those are the flavors that we do. And the idea is, it was hard for me to incorporate something new, but let's face it, these different times, things have been commercialized, Americanized, and it goes into what we have to do as a business, as a brand. We have to educate people. This is what, you think you like cherry, you never had cherry water ice. You know why? Because that's not real ingredients. And that's why I'm gonna show you what the cherries are. This is real cherries. People taste it, never had nothing like this. It's because you haven't had the real, it's real ingredients, man. It's different.
Exactly.
So the other store, we're actually gonna have a soft serve, which we can, if we get over there, I don't know if we get over there, what I can show, I will, but kind of, and like I said, an in-between process. But we'll have a soft serve over there, made in-house, real ingredients, no stabilizer. We make the mix. Doesn't come in a package, doesn't come in a bag. We don't just dump it in a machine. We make it. And then on the other side of that, this is some inside information right here. We're gonna have it's a twist soft serve machine. So on one side is a lactose-free, by the way, vanilla soft serve. The other side is gonna be a chocolate water ice.
Oh wow!
So you can actually swirl them, twist them with a soft serve vanilla ice cream product. And then the other side can be the twisted with the chocolate water ice, or you can just get the plain chocolate water ice. Yeah, so either one. It's pretty cool.
That's going to be incredible.
Yeah. Try to bring that authenticity forward into the modern era. Bring some new things, but not too much, right? Like you don't need to do too much. We got good core, and no need to go crazy. Yeah, it's exciting. A lot of things happening.
No, absolutely, man. That is exciting. I mean, the Fusco's with the products. So you're opening a new store on Kirkwood Highway.
Yep.
Right there. And then what's going on with the progress on that, and when do you expect to be open?
Yeah, I'm hoping we get open April. It's looking pretty good. Progress is going really well. Got it all outfitted. Had to do some aesthetics in the front. The walls, the floor just got done. But yeah, we got a couple things to do in the front, but the machinery, equipment's there. We're close. Signs are going up soon. People are gonna start seeing it, driving by it, talking about it, asking questions. We're getting close.
Yeah,
looking good.
That's going to be exciting. I mean, it's full throttle, launching a whole marketing campaign across the state because you're also down the beach, right?
Yeah, so we're still going to have some places wholesaling out down at the beach. I know North Beach is definitely one of them. They did the water ice sales, plus they mixed it there at their establishment, so you can get mixed cocktails there. And there's some other parties interested, but I don't want to speak too soon on that because nothing's solidified yet. But
absolutely.
Yeah, so the product will be at the beach. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the machine. I got 3 of them.
Wow, that's it. Yeah. Man, this is a historical day.
Yeah.
My grandfather's.
So is this the original?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm going to show you is, now there's a lot of things I can't show you because we're just not there yet. But what I can show you is these guys right here. Very old.
This is history right here.
So this is 1957 to about, I don't know, late 80s. And then late 80s till about 2 years ago, or last year. No, 2 years ago was this guy right here.
How about that?
So has this been refurbished and cleaned, or is this?
That there, my man Mike Cassidy. I got 3 of these, and he refurbished all those. These guys not refurbished. I got 3 of those, and I got about 9 of these.
It's amazing.
I stocked up on these because, I was afraid, just one day you couldn't get it anymore, or I don't know. Factor.
Yeah. What do you think the drive factor is just really blowing this thing up?
I tell you, man, it's just taking pride in who we are and what we do. I did this again. I don't know if it was 2007. I was about 19 years old, and I did it for 7 or 8 years. Yeah, I just thought that's all. Yeah, that's really all I ever did career-wise. I wanted to try something different, and I did. I went a different path. I was good at what I did. It was great, but this really always just lived, more than lived. I mean, this just there was just always that excitement. It was in me,
Yeah.
It was always in me. My mind was always there. I had machines at home, I was making it, giving it to people, try it, no matter where I lived, whether I was living in the Carolinas or in Florida. I always had a machine, I always make the product, I want to share it with people. I love it, it's in my blood, so I mean, that's really where it all comes from, and it's just too good of, there's just too much, pride and love and history, and the product is too good to just be in one, just to stay in one city. I just feel like it needs to be experienced, and I want to bring it to more people.
Okay, so we're back here at Joey's grandfather's business operation that he started years ago, that the family's still involved with. Fusco's operations out here for a real estate company. This beautiful conference room, and we're going to use this opportunity now for Joey to give the history of the water ice in his family. We saw the original facility that's still in business to this day from all those years back in the family, and he keeps that alive. And you heard his passion about his business and the energy and what he's doing in the community, and keeping a fine tradition alive to his new facility going out there in Kirkwood Highway. Back here, we want to wrap things up so the audience has what we're trying to talk about, a successful young business folks. So Joey, this is your opportunity to express what you like to express, talk about it. We've got some great accolades over here we'll get into a little later on, but you as a business owner and how you got back into the family business, resurrected it, so to speak, the history of how things started. And and also our play in the water ice business as with my grandparents, Phil and Pasquale, which is just a great thing to this day. And down the road, I'll tell you why this is a very special day. But I'm sworn to secrecy, so you'll be the first to know. All right. But what you got?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to talk about anything without starting off with the origin and the history. I mean, it's Little Italy. I mean, and it's so coincidental, and it's awesome that your family, you're doing this, and you're talking to me because your family was the first in Delaware to do it. Like you said, Pasquale, and you got, man, that's where it started. So, it's special to do this with you, the Fusco family and what they did and what I continue to do, what we do now.
The direction you're heading.
And it's just like the connection there.
Because people see water ice, but they don't understand the background and history of how it brings a community together and a background together with a cup of water ice and a product like that, and can tie a community together, which is absolutely insane, and people need to know more about
I always say, people think it's so silly that, it's lemon water and sugar, but it's like, it's so much life to it, so much joy and community. It's amazing, just lemon, sugar, and water. But what it does is special. You couldn't replicate it. I feel like if you try, it's just there's something about it.
You went to the water ice stand. You went to a water ice stand. You got good quality water ice. And think about your great grandparents, my grandparents, a block apart, Lincoln Union. And you know what? It's just, and like you said, here in 2024, we're sitting around this beautiful conference room with my son, you, and your generation, our new content person and videographer, Milano, and Victor. I mean, it's just so amazing, and it's just a great thing, and we're so honored that you grant us this interview. Michael said 60 Minutes couldn't get that. And it's the truth.
Man.
It's awesome.
We've been playing this now since the summer, and the fact that we had to get everything lined up, and we wanted to make sure this was right, and we had the right people in place. And once I met Melina and everything, I said we have to schedule this ASAP because this has to go on the record books. The way Fusco's water ice is just going and moving, it gives me chills, man. And just seeing the improvement. It's not even close, man.
You talk about history and stuff. I'm sitting here just thinking about it all because there's so much history. But a lot of people don't realize like those machines that we were looking at earlier, the red ones, and then going back that far, they're old ice cream machines. That's what they were, the ice cream machines. And Italian water ice was the poor man's ice cream.
Right.
That's what water ice is. And it's cheaper. It's water, sugar. You squeeze some lemons, and that's what Italian water ice is. So
the mix.
So that's like the origin of the water ice. And now, I mean, you can, in Italy they have the granita, which similar, but it's a different product. But here, that's where the water ice came from. Because obviously milk, it's all more expensive. The milk and all the different stuff is way more expensive. So that's where it was coined the term, the poor man's ice cream.
So you got some history right there. So I should say water ice fans.
So I mean, going back the history of it, it was your grandfather. Grandfather,
grandma,
right around the corner.
Yep.
My family was there on Union. Your family was there on Lincoln. I think it was my great-grandfather that actually ended up just going and asking your grandfather,
Yes.
how do I go about doing it? He directed me, say, you get one of these machines up in Philadelphia.
Yes.
And that's what they did. My grandfather was 94. He still tells the story. We got in the truck and went up to Philly and got a machine. And
It's amazing.
That's what it was. I mean,
Yeah.
people wanted people to do good and putting things together and working together as a community. And they shared and they grew and they grew communities. And you're right. It was a good place where people came and got a water ice, sat around, talked, and it was a cool thing. It's a very touching story where the Prince of Piedmont is to this day was my grandparents' house. Well, anyway, I was in there to pay my dues. And I'm looking through the story. So a good friend of mine back in high school, Anthony, we played grade school, played football and everything. Well, his mom was in there. And she said, man, it looked like I saw a ghost. And I said, why? Because you look like Paul Annone. And I said, I'm going to tell you something right now. That was my father. He goes, oh my God, this is your grandparents' place. This is where they sold the water ice. She grabbed my arm and she said, there's some Dante. Had to get a procedure up Christopher Hospital back in the day. Didn't make it. Last thing I had was a water ice. My grandpa gave it to him.
Wow.
special, man.
Rest in peace, Dante. So this is the importance of what things are. Excuse me for getting emotional, I knew I would. But it's important. It's very important for the community. And that story warmed my heart, and I knew I was going to share it on this podcast. But that's the power of what people can do. And something refreshing, something good. And like I said, you never know what happens in life. And that story warmed my heart. It was told right at the bar at my grandparents' house, which is a Prince of Piedmont, where my grandparents sold the water ice right there. And it was a beautiful thing. I remember that as a kid, and here I am as an elderly man next to these fine young men, and this man keeping this tradition together, and that warms my heart even more.
Yeah,
so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll tell you, that's one of the most special things about doing what I do is all the people I interact with, and 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, they've been doing this and going there their whole lives.
Yeah.
And they have stories when their parents took them, when their grandparents, when you got somebody 80 years old saying they used to come up with their grandparents. I mean, history, and you get to know these people, you get to hear their stories. They've been doing this their whole life. This is a part of their life. They look forward to it. And I'm probably jumping ahead a little bit now, but that's when the whole return happened.
Right.
I mean, the return of Fusco is when that happened. Like I said, I'm jumping ahead, but the joy and the people's faces and the stories and all the things is incredible. You can't replicate that. It's just so pure passion.
It's true. The joy.
Yeah. No, when you talk about like the little things in life and what brings people happiness, a little water ice and can go such a long way.
It's funny, man.
And like it makes my day every time I have a Fusco's water ice and just driving by. And remember, we used to drive by. Fusco's open for the season.
I know. We would drive by,
and we would try to be like, "Is it open? Let's get a water ice."
we heard bits and pieces, and sure enough, it was open.
Yeah.
We all bought Marguerite Maria.
Especially now in this day and age and generation, people try to find happiness, or they try to find it's the little things and getting a water ice and getting that experience of a homemade fresh water ice, and those are the things people need to realize is what they can do to bring true happiness.
It's hard. There's so much to talk about, but I should kind of rewind a little bit because there's some other things there you got me wanting to talk about, like post-COVID, our reopening and stuff like that. But I think back up a little, like going again the history of everything. Like it's funny, like you said. The people in the community, they wanted each other to do well, right? They set you up for that opportunity, but they're surely not going to hand it to you.
Right.
Like your grandfather wouldn't say to my grandfather, "Oh yeah, Cheech, go up to Philadelphia, and when you come back, I'm going to show you how to make it and give you the recipe." No, like you go get it. That's how you do it. But you figure it out. But nobody was ever looking for, and I certainly never expect the handouts, right? You're not going to work for it, So yeah, they set you up. but you got to take it the rest of the way.
And
You got to find the success. You got to build it. You got to work it. You got to build it. There's no shortcuts. So that's
Your work ethic.
Oh, 100%.
That's
How many hours
number
a
one.
week do you think you have involved, or when the season's over? Share that with people.
Are you sleeping at all or not?
That's what everybody wants to know.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I might get 4 hours of sleep a night, 7 days a week. A lot of it's physical work. There's a lot of mental work. I wake up, I might wake up 1, 2 o'clock to an immediate thought, and I got to go to the office and work out the paperwork, out the ideas, the logistics. It's working, but it's not that kind of work. It's not that kind of like grueling, terrible, I don't enjoy it work. I'm hungry, I love it. I'm in it. I'm hungry. I want to do it, so
it's also you're expanding,
there's a whole lot of different
drive.
There's a whole lot of there's just a whole lot behind it. But I mean, to be honest, it could be anywhere from a 10 to 14 hour, 10 to 16 hour really physical work day. But then there's more after that, and there's more before that.
So is there a cot at the
in the back? At your new place, you put in the double door. You took out the single door and put the double door in so I could get a pallet in the back.
Yeah.
So we're not carrying, cases of lemons, cases of ice. You put it right in there, and then bang, it's easier, and you're thinking about being smarter nowadays in your operation. And the things, let's get back into when you brought it back and everybody was so excited, and all the opportunities like you're talking about that you learned as well in the business and getting into it and following all these great footsteps. And what were some of your, idiosyncrasies? What's some of the things you worked out? But tell us get back to that time when you first opened those doors.
For the reopen?
For the reopen, yes.
For the reopen?
For your reopen under your operation.
Yeah, it's like I said before, it's always lived very, very lively and enthusiastic in me, right? So reopening it, I just missed it so much. I didn't originally plan for the full-blown comeback and the expansion and everything, because I had a job at that point in the school system. So I kind of had the summer off, and I said, you know what, I got a family, the summer off, I want to have that family time and really appreciate and spend that time with them, but I do want to do the water ice too. So I just thought that I could dabble. I thought I could do it enough to kind of get my fix, be there and do what I love and give the people what they've been calling, asking constantly about. But once it happened, man, it was it just burst out of me. It was I'm back. This is what I love.
Now, how long did it take you to get to that point? Was it 1 summer, 2 summers?
To what, that feeling?
That was
opening day.
There you go.
Let me tell you something. I opened a moment. I opened that piece of plywood that holds it down. I opened that thing up, anchored the pins, and there was a line of people there. And I mean, adrenaline, I used to play basketball, you get that adrenaline before the big game or during the game. It was the adrenaline like that. It was let's go, baby, game. And it was it.
So that was the big moment. It was we're here.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I talked to my wife, I told her, I'm I think this is the path. I said, I think this is just what I'm meant to do. This is what I want to do. This is the path, but this is a commitment for all of us, because we got 4 little kids, the brunt of that work falls on her. And if I'm going to do it, it's a sacrifice for all of us. She knew, she could tell. She knew, she's always saw me talking about it, making it, believing in it, reminiscing, and she was do it. We're on board. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. We'll be all right.
It's amazing. So I'm thinking as you're telling that little piece, and here you are, you're secure, you have a job, you have some summer income coming along, and you get up there, and then you go right back to say, this is it. Bang, I got it. I'm not going to lose this feeling. I'm changing things around. And you took that step forward with 4 children, got involved, and grew it. I mean, think about that. That's why this gentleman and the family is successful, because they took that risk. They took that step. And that's what we're talking about in our podcast. what defines or what makes successful people successful? They take a risk, or let's put that before. They have a passion,
a vision, passion, absolutely.
Yes. And then that turns into energy, and you're fired up. You can see we're all fired up. We're ready to go make one race right now.
You have to be obsessed with the dream. It's a borderline obsession, man. You have to be all in on it.
And then you get in there and you do it, and then hence. Look at this expansion that you created, and then what you're doing, and now also your other operations with the Blue Rock down the beach, some other events that you'll be doing as people through the summer, their events come up, and it's cool. It just brings back something that is very, very needed in the community. And guess what? It's not a commercial brand. It's not somewhere else names. I don't need to say. This is hometown stuff. This is hometown in the suit, growing, building, and making a product that makes something happen. It's awesome.
It is. It's very special. But it quickly escalated once I got that feeling and had that discussion with my wife. I mean, my vision started becoming more a reality. Like, and when I say my vision, like, it's not just my vision, it's my whole family's. Like, it was like a thought, it was a dream, it was a could be, it was a could you imagine if, and that's about Fusco's being, on a grander scale. And we've all talked about it, seen it, thought it, but it never happened, So that became much more of a reality, and then you talk about hunger and drive, and it all happened very fast. And I reopened, and I got that feeling, and I was like, all right, let's do it, committing all in. It's not committing all in to just do water ice again. It's committing all in to like, we're really doing this. Like, we're really doing this. More locations. And that's why I started contacting people. Can I come over there? Can I bring it there? A lot of people.
Knocking on doors.
A lot of people contacted me, and yes, I'll take whatever I can. And they say, be careful. Don't take on too much. But if you have the passion and the drive and the vision, you're going to find a way to take more on. You're going to find a way to be able to do it.
Absolutely.
If your heart's in it, you're going to find a way. When there's a will, there's a way. It's a good saying. I've heard it my whole life, and I believe it. It's true,
And you're living it, and that's the whole thing about it. You're living it, and then you're inspiring others, and then the folks that you're employing, and as the business grows, they're excited. And they're happy with what they're doing, and that's just all being part of a good work ethic and a product line that is just phenomenal. So like we talked about in this, and Michael, you brought up that excellent point, we talked about the history, we talked about the growth, and now we want to talk about you as an entrepreneur. What's that feeling like? What's that, get a little, involved with that piece, Mike.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Being an entrepreneur, I mean, so a lot of times I think right now in the social media world, they're kind of like fantasizing it, but they don't see the trials and tribulations that people go through. Like going through, like, not every day you're going to have that paycheck or you're finding that next deal, but you're working towards something that you want to see. And that's why, like, we always like talking to like great business owners and seeing like what they see or what their success was and what you can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really comes down to just, you got to be confident. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have a vision. You got to love it. You got to be willing to do whatever you got to do to make it happen. You got to know, like you said, it's not easy. There's going to be struggles, but it's possible. As soon as you stop believing in yourself, it's over. Yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot about it. You find once you find your lane, it's where you're supposed to be. There's that feeling you can't put in words. It's you're right where you're supposed to be. You feel it fits like a puzzle piece. Right. And then everything else comes together. You will have that determination. You will get that that drive. You'll make it happen. You'll be all that'll come together. But sometimes it takes people, some people longer than it takes others to really figure out what that is. Some people know right off the bat their whole lives, and that's okay. But if you even think you got a dream, you got to go for it. You got to be willing to work. Nothing's given to me. Work for everything I got, and work for what I want to achieve. You just got to have that mentality, and it's better to have tried and failed, right, than never have tried at all.
There you go.
Because you'll have that regret. I mean,
Yeah.
look, if everything I'm doing, didn't work out the way I thought, it's okay. It'll be okay.
You gave it your best shot.
But you gotta understand that. But it's funny because it's like a two-sided thing. Because like I got the other part of my mind. It's like you're never gonna give up. You're not gonna fail. It's a psychological thing. I don't know.
Well, that's true, and you're finding as an entrepreneur the balance point of everything that goes in. But the key thing of it is you're still moving forward. And that's what it takes to be successful in college, to be a successful business leader, to be a successful supervisor. Someone or a successful person is to have these qualities, and not only to have them, but to demonstrate them so others can learn. Because it's a duty, as I always felt, sometimes not saying you have the things always the best of things, but you have a duty as you learn through life and you're able to be successful to give back to society so society sees, like you said earlier, we could teach, we could learn, but you have to take the ball and run.
Right.
You see others do something. Jeter, I always love that story, that piece about Jeter when he talks about, I used to see all these guys and their numbers, and he would say, I can match those numbers. I can get to those averages. I can hit for power. I can hit for base hits. I can be that guy. So then guess what? Jeter would see his name popping up. Yeah. Jeter has time, and then guess what? He owned it. Yeah. And then he became everybody looking up Jeter.
Yeah.
He's the captain.
But see, that's just it. And that's the circle of life, and it brings and breeds all good things for society. And you're out in the mix every day with the public with a beautiful product making people happy. Yeah. And it's got to make you you got to be very proud. And you brought some nice pictures here. Let me go get a couple that we could talk about.
Let's check.
First, we're going to go back to your great grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here, hold
one.
And now you're talking about, we'll hold.
Yeah, Cheech Francesco, 1900 to 1991. Maddalena Fusco, 1899 to 1984. Again, Charlie Messina, local Little Italy guy, fabulous artist. He did these for my grandfather years ago, but they came from Italy. A number off the top of my head, I want to say 1930. It's about 1930. They came where we were, where this all started in Union Street. It's where they lived upstairs, and that end unit downstairs. She ran that luncheonette, and the water ice came a little later. But that's where they set their roots, man. In America.
Very nice. And we got
Unbelievable portraits.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal painter. I mean,
unbelievable.
Great artist. We got a lot of pieces of this guy. So this here, my grandfather, Anthony Fusco, Cheech and Madalena's son. He married my grandmom, Catherine. She was a Rapano, Catherine Rapano. She became Catherine Fusco. And that's them at their wedding.
Beautiful picture.
Awesome, man. And that interview we spent with your grandfather. That was just, I mean.
Another one.
He's just, you want to know about the history of Delaware, Wilmington, Little Italy, how they were connected with businesses, where they were, anything you want to know. He's the encyclopedia.
Sharp as a tack.
He was a household name, and my father always said, anything Tony Fusco touches, he's got the Midas touch. It turns to gold. I heard that. It turns to gold, man.
Talk about a success story. That guy right there, they came with nothing, and he built, he's leaving a legacy behind. He built an empire. It's something.
Okay, so we'll talk about this one right here.
Yeah, this was the comeback here.
There he is.
The News Journal. This is the comeback of Fusco's water ice. This is outside of the stand there. I got it all repainted, got new signage and everything. This is the trailer I got with my 4 kids. There's obviously the product right there. Picture my Uncle Roy from the 1974. Was it the Evening Journal?
Yes.
I believe it was the Evening Journal, yeah.
Yes.
Back then when they had the Evening Journal, and then, they got me posing the same way. So, same place, same barrel, same can. I mean, it's really cool. But, this was, it's hard to, kind of bunch it all and summarize a lot of this stuff because there's so much to talk about without this. But this is a comeback a year after COVID, okay? When people were really down at a time where they've never been down that low before. There were so many struggles, the economy in their heads and in their lives, their work. I mean, just all kinds of struggles. And Fusco's returned. And the joy in the faces of the people. It's
Gave people hope.
Like, it was like we needed something positive in our lives, and this could have been the best thing that happened to us, and it was like a rejoice, like
outstanding.
Yeah, I had a COVID here, Fusco's, and oh man, it just amplified everything in me that I described, and telling you, it amplified it all, it was incredible.
That is amazing.
Awesome. And we got one more
very cool.
that we're going to talk about.
Wow, man. You get chills talking about that.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool. Special stuff to be a part of. And
then we have
so this was Cape Gazette. Fusco squeezes into Lewis Beach. So I took the trailer down there for the summer. And I guess they caught the wind of it. They wanted to talk about it. There was a lot of excitement when we were down there. Just doing this, the trailer was there. I popped open the thing. We started talking for about 10, 15 seconds, just like we were when we were in Union Street. And a car pulled over and said, "You guys starting to serve already?" And the guy doing the interview, he was, Aaron Mushrush. He was like, "Wow, I see you got fans already." I mean, they were very excited for it. It was cool. They talk about the shandy, doing that shandy with Big Oyster. Coming out with that beverage, again, a lot of good success and excitement there. So I'm very, very blessed to have, to be in this family and have the opportunity to learn it, to perform, and create that product, and to take it on when I got to take it on and take it to that next level. I mean, it's really, very, very blessed. You gotta,
Well,
you gotta appreciate it.
Indeed.
It's been an amazing opportunity.
In conclusion,
Amazing.
and this grand talk and everything, what do you have to say to all your fans out there to support you year after year?
Man,
Give them a shout out.
I can't say enough. I always refer to everybody as a Fusco family. I mean, I can't say enough. It's not possible without you guys, your dedication and your loyalty, your appreciation for it. The amount of love me and my family have, it's unbelievable. The amount of love we have for you guys, all of you. It wouldn't be Fusco's Water Rice without everybody. And I always try my best to give that honor and appreciation to everybody. I try to make sure that we stand for what we stand for is always what's going to be. No matter where it goes, we're going to do what we do the same way, the right way, the Fusco way for the Fusco family. I mean, and that's it, man. It's great.
Wow.
Dang.
Well, Michael, I think you said it best. 60 Minutes couldn't get an interview like
Inside
this.
scoop.
And I'll tell you what, Joey, thank you so much for your time.
Guys, really.
God bless you and your family.
Yeah,
man.
Joey, thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you guys.
Outstanding.
Appreciate it.